Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I'll be showing you a really nice technique that helps eliminate neck pain and improves neck mobility. So let's get started. Alright, so all you're going to need today is some kind of a strap like this. If you don't have an exercise strap, you can use a belt from a robe, you can use a pillowcase or a towel that's been rolled up lengthwise so it's nice and long. We're going to go ahead and start. So you're going to be seated on a chair, comfy chair. It can be a couch, it can be your bed, you can sit cross-legged on your bed, doesn't matter. And you're going to take the strap or whatever you've got, it's going to go over your shoulder. Once you get your strap over your shoulder, you're going to take the end behind you and put it under your rear end and sit on it. Make sure you've got it solid under your rear end. And then the part up here is going to go over your skin, so none of this stuff has to go over the skin, right at the base of the neck where the shoulder and the neck come together. So I'm not over here, I'm really right at the base. If your skin is tender, take a washcloth and just wrap it around your strap so it doesn't bother your skin. And then in this position, I happen to have handholds, which I love about a strap. In this position, you're just going to gently let the weight of your hands rest in here. You're going to elongate your head up and tilt your head to the opposite side. Let's start our timer. And here we are. And if you notice, I'm just tilting my head over to the side. So I'm not pulling my whole neck and head over. I'm just up. I've tilted my head and I've got a good compression here, and that'll really help focus and direct the stretch into your neck. You can bring your whole neck to the side, but remember to keep the pressure down here so your head is tilted and you're just bringing the neck over a little bit. And at this position, make sure not to strain in this position. That's how people, when they're afraid to do things that they see on YouTube or following something on the television, when it's not a live program, they're afraid they'll hurt themselves. It's usually because they're doing too much. And so I want to encourage you to really trust that if you've got your head tilted, elongated, and you've got this solid, you're basically anchoring all this tissue, so we're not pulling all the way through here. All the pull comes from the end of the strap up into your neck. And if you feel like you're doing too much, you probably are, so back off a little. This should be a very easy thing. Legs are relaxed, feet on the floor. And I can already feel I'm elongating. So this technique is really good for anyone with tech neck, general neck pain. It's great for anyone with TMJ, pain and dysfunction. And it also helps with headaches, tension headaches. Why can it help with all of that? Well, we're doing a myofascial release. Myo means muscle, fascia is the connective tissue in our body. The connective tissue is like a big spider web, and it runs from top to bottom, head to toe, side to side, and front to back. And this big sinewy cobweb is made from it's all made from one piece of material. So it's an uninterrupted piece of material, a structure that runs through your body three-dimensionally. Well, this fascia surrounds, it supports, and it infuses everything in your body. So your muscles, ligaments, tendons, nerves, blood vessels, your organs, your eyeballs, spinal cord, bones, everything has a sinewy cobweb around and within it. And when our bodies go through any kind of injury, which can be from overuse, repetitive use, poor posture over a long period of time, like sitting in front of a monitor for hours on end, all of those things cause fascia to bind down like baling wire and curl under, and that can put almost up to 2,000 pounds of force per square inch. Well, that fascia, because it's binding down on these structures like nerves and blood vessels, organs, and muscles, those are all pain sensitive. So we wind up with pain when there's a myofascial restriction. We wind up with loss of mobility. And those myofascial restrictions are areas that have become glued down, they've dehydrated, they're really tight. And we can really find that a lot of people in society, in this Western civilization, do have a lot of fascial restrictions through their neck because we're a bent society, we're a flexion society. We're always bent forward over our kids or loved ones, our technology, our devices. And so all of this can get tight through here, can get restricted in the fascia. And when you take care of the fascia, by the way, you will automatically take care of the muscles too. So minimum of 5 minutes in a myofascial release. That's how long it takes to get that piezoelectric effect going, that bioelectric flow. And after 5 minutes, when that bioelectric flow is flowing through the fascia, when it comes to that area that's restricted, dehydrated, and sticky, it rehydrates the area, elongates and softens it. So you return to normal range of motion, mobility, elasticity, less pain. And because fascia is all one piece of material, if we're really tight here over the years, that can affect you up into your TMJ and then up into the head too. That's why this is good for headaches and TMJ pain and dysfunction. All right, we're coming to the end of our 5 minutes. I encourage you to continue this position for 7 to 8 minutes or more if you're able. So you really get a nice effect of that bioelectric flow helping to open everything up. You might even feel yourself kind of move side to side as you open up. That's because the fascia is three-dimensional. And then when you're done, we're at the end of our 5 minutes, and when you're done, come back up slowly. Your neck may not have been in that position for a long time. You may have not stretched like that since you were a little kid playing outdoors. So move your head nice and gently. You can even just sort of slowly go side to side, kind of look as if you're trying to look over each shoulder. Bend your head side to side. And then when you're ready, you would go ahead and do your opposite side of your neck too. All right, ready to move to the other side? Just take your strap. The excess is going to go behind you. You're going to sit down on that to anchor it. And then the other part up here goes right against your skin at the base of the neck where it meets your shoulder. And you grab a hold very gently. You're not pulling down hard at all. You're just anchoring the tissue so that the elongation, the myofascial release is really focused into the side of the neck. So you have a nice tall spine. We're going to start that timer and bring your head to the side. And again, I'm not doing this. I'm not pulling my whole neck. I'm just leaning my head, holding this, and that'll help focus the pull right in your neck. If you want a little bit more, you're welcome to bring your head and neck to the side. That'll deliver more, but it's also going to start pulling at the top of your shoulder. I just want you to be aware of that. All right. And in this position, what we've done is put an elongation, so that's a mechanical energy, through the fascia and the muscles on the left side of the neck, in my case, on the other side of the neck. And we're going to that 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes to elicit that piezoelectric effect in the fascia, in the body, so that a bioelectric flow moves through your fascia. So when it comes to the areas that are tight, that are bound down, those myofascial restrictions where the fascia has become dehydrated, tight, restricted, it helps that area to rehydrate and soften and elongate. And of course, when you do that to the fascia, it takes its compression off of the muscles, nerves, blood vessels, whatever is in that area. And because those other structures are pain sensitive, as soon as you release fascial restrictions, you'll feel a sense of release, a sense of improved mobility. Now, sometimes what can happen, you're working on yourself and, at the 5 minute, you're releasing fascia and you feel, oh, it feels better. Oh my goodness, some of that went away. And 30 seconds later, pain comes back and you think, oh no, it's back. I didn't do anything. Well, no, what's happened is you've gone into a deeper layer of the fascia. So fascial restrictions lay down like layers of the onion through our lifetime. So the core is the very first restriction you'd have in an area, which probably happened sometime back when you were, 7 or 8 years old, fell out of a tree, or were tumbling on a exercise mat. And that became your first fascial restriction. Didn't hurt. It went on unnoticed, kind of under the radar for a long time in your life. But as we build more and more fascial restriction layers, eventually they move out of that subclinical under the radar area, and they become painful, sensitive. Now, as you're here, if you feel like, oh, I don't feel a stretch anymore, then give yourself a little more pull over to the side so you can always maintain that end range where all the slack has been taken out. So you always want to make sure the slack's taken out. And right now I can feel that I'm softening this way. Remember, fascia is a three-dimensional cobweb. It goes from the bottom of our feet up to the top of our heads, side to side, front to back. And so you never know what angle or which way fascia is going to open and release. So you just kind of follow it. And the way you're able to follow is because you're feeling. You're staying very focused with feeling what is going on in this area. You may be here and saying, oh my goodness, I feel this pulling up into my jaw, or maybe across under your nose, or maybe up behind your eye. That's your body telling you that there's fascial restrictions here that have created tension into these other parts of your anatomy. And I'm really elongating. I love this because I do need this. And as I elongate, I just honor the system. It wasn't a perfect, that don't do what I'm doing, stay where you are. It wasn't this perfect elongation to the side. It was kind of here and then here and back a little. And now I can feel that I'm at the end of the slack again. And on top of it, I can feel some radiating symptom down into my shoulder. So I'm on a good spot. And we haven't even gotten to the 5 minutes yet. So this is all muscle, elastin component that's releasing, which is, we need that. That's the beauty of myofascial release. When you do myofascial work and release the fascia, you will always help the muscle. When you do traditional muscle stretching, it does not help the fascia. And I'm really just lengthening. Oh, I just got a big softening. You can probably even see my shoulder sinking. And now I have a lot of discomfort at the top of my shoulder. So I just found a spot, a position where I've had a lot of restriction, creating tension out here. So now I'm going to start allowing this part to soften and release. All right, we're at our 5 minutes. So if you find that you're doing really well and you find that you're getting a lot out of this, stay with it. It won't hurt you to do another 2 or 3 minutes. You'll just get more releases. I'm going to come up today, though, for the purpose of our time, and come out of it really slowly when you come back up, because your neck may have not been in positions like that for a long time, so you don't know how it's going to react. Coming up quickly can kind of negate all the work you just did. So always move slowly in and out of your positions when you do these myofascial release techniques. All right, thank you again for watching, and I will see you on our next video.